This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, Libby. How are you this morning?
Great, Bonnie. Great to see you.
You as well. So why don't we start, Libby, by just you doing a quick introduction?
Great. Hi, everyone. My name's Elizabeth, or I'm known as Libby, is my common name to everyone, Libby Pilon. I've been with Parks Canada for now 35 years, actually, working in our treasured national historic sites and national parks, mostly in Ontario and in the Maritimes in my early part of my career.
Well, that's awesome, Libby. I'm sure you're a very valued employee after that many years. So Libby, how long have you been involved with RTO9?
Well, Bonnie, just thinking back, I think I've been involved with RTO9 since its inception. You'd be able to tell us what year that was, but way back when it was first formed. And then I didn't become a board member until a little bit later on. So I've been on the board now for about 5.5 or 4.5 years, which has been great to really see how the RTO functions. So it's been really good to be a board member. And prior, even before the RTO was formed, I think I sat on our St. Lawrence River Corridor marketing group that was kind of the start of RTO9, where we all worked together collaboratively on marketing and that throughout the region.
Yes, that I do remember that. It seems like forever ago, but yeah.
Right.
So what prompted you to join the board then?
Well, I really wanted to be on the board to get a better insight in really how RTO functions and really work with them, but also on the other side to contribute my knowledge of Parks Canada sites across Eastern Ontario, both our National Historic Sites and our National Park, to really get a better feel on how we could work more collaboratively together and partner on various products that we're offering, of course, to our visitors in Eastern Ontario.
Yeah, definitely. I know your knowledge and your skill has been a really good attribute to the board, and as staff, we've always been able to rely on you. So that's been wonderful. So, what role do you see that RTO9 plays within the whole tourism ecosystem?
Yeah, I really think, RTO, as it was, formed and started, started with marketing. So of course it does play a role in just marketing the region as a whole, which is really important, kind of from our boundaries across in a bigger sense. What Eastern Ontario, Southeastern Ontario has to offer our visitors. And we've got so many sites that are connected either by water or theme or by route that it's really important to market the region as a whole. Not so much individual places along the within the corridor, but more as a whole. What is there for people to see and do in Eastern Ontario, and why come, which is really important. And then it also leads to product development. I think, the board plays a role in really helping within our tourism and our destinations product, what we have to offer visitors, and really be a leader in helping the operators really design really valuable, interactive, hands-on type of experiences for our visitors, what people are looking for now when they decide where to spend their time and their money on their vacations. So I think that's really important, as well as, the RTO plays a really important leadership role within tourism. We all look to the RTO to what are the trends in tourism, what's going on, what are the stats telling us. So that's a really important role as well. And of course, fostering partnerships is a really key one. We can all work in our little silos, but working together is really valued, and how we can package and work together on, again, creating really memorable visitor experiences, I think is a lead role for the RTO.
I couldn't agree more, Libby. I mean, partnerships are extremely important to us as an RTO. I mean, we definitely can't do it alone. So having valuable partners like Parks Canada is definitely an asset for us. Which really leads into my next question, because you talked a lot about experiences and product development. So where do you see tourism headed in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, I think, after hopefully COVID, you can see people really want to, get back out and experience what's in their either their own backyard or close to home still for the next couple of years. I think that trend is going to follow the maybe a little wider than the staycation, but close to home a little bit. But also, like I said, the outdoors is definitely high up, that people want to be outside in nature, experiencing our wonderful Ontario natural heritage and also our cultural heritage too, our fabulous historic sites that we have throughout this RTO for sure. I think it'll be, the hands-on experiences again, that people will want to do a lot of exploring. And of course, some of the other ones, not just our natural, but you'll see, I think, trends still within the culinary is still pretty high within our region as well. We have a vast network of culinary experiences on top of our outdoor experience as well. I think those will be the leads still for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, between the St. Lawrence River, the Rideau Canal, all the lakes we have in the Land O'Lakes area, I think it's definitely something for that outdoorsy person. So,
And that's a lot
so
of
you, Libby, what is your favorite thing to do living in southeastern Ontario? What do you like to do?
Well, Bonnie, I was very fortunate as a very young child to grow up along the St. Lawrence River. So, of course, nature and experiencing the Thousand Islands really pops up as one of the most favorite that I like to do. Experiencing and enjoying our natural heritage. So, either by boating in the Thousand Islands or hiking is certainly high up there. But our heritage sites also pop up. We have some really hidden gems, treasures within our region. Some of them, of course, are Parks Canada sites. Fort Wellington is one of the top, but we also have close by as well in Brockville, Fulford Mansion, that, I don't know how many even locals have been able to go experience that site. So those pop up, and Battle of the Windmill National Historic Site is another that is a treasured site. Not only do you get the natural history being along the river, you get the cultural, the history that a battle actually occurred on that ground in 1838. So those are a couple of my favorite that pop out. And on the cultural side as well, in Prescott, we're very fortunate to have the St. Lawrence Shakespeare Festival in the summertime. And that is just a tremendous experience for you to be able to sit outdoors in the outdoor amphitheater and experience really high quality theater, Shakespeare theater right there in Prescott. So those are the ones that pop out in my summer memories.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you mentioned, we're definitely rich in culture and heritage. So there's a lot to do. So if you could narrow that down, what's kind of been one of the most memorable trips that you've taken just in the recent little while?
Funny, just before pre-COVID, I think it was the summer before, I was fortunate enough to host with RTO9 a FAM tour for travel writers after a Go Media conference show in Ottawa. So we had several travel writers international from the United States, Britain, from Mexico, and also I believe from Argentina that year. Oh, I might be missing one. And so I was fortunate enough to host them. And it was a good eye opener to myself to really showcase all the really rich and valuable experiences. So we did a FAM tour really from concentrating on Gananoque to the Prescott corridor. So Kingston wasn't part of it. So there was a couple memories there just getting back out to the islands. We did the kayaking and a lunch out on McDonald Island, which is part of Thousand Islands National Park. And then we also did a boat tour, which I hadn't done myself for a couple of years. So an early morning boat tour, which was just fabulous out of Rockport with the early morning sun was great. And then the other that I always knew about was the helicopter tours out of Gananoque. So that itself, and then we ended up at the Shakespeare Festival that evening. So that as a whole together really showcased how rich the area is.
Okay. Well, thanks, Libby. It's been great chatting with you today. And I know how busy you are at Parks Canada, so we'll wrap it up. And just, I want to end by saying thank you. You are a very valued board member, both to the board and to the staff. So we really appreciate all the volunteer time that you give to the RTO.
Well, thank you, Bonnie. And, you know, the RTO is a really valuable, we're really lucky in our region to have RTO 9 and the tremendous staff that you and your team bring to us, your wealth of knowledge and expertise. So it goes both ways, Bonnie. So thank you for your leadership that you provide for the region. And we hope to continue to work with you as we move forward and into the next couple of years.
Thanks, Libby.